Andy's morning began like any other. He woke up to the sound of his alarm. He headed downstairs to make a cup of coffee. And burned his fingers on his toast as it popped. He sat down on the sofa to watch TV. It was usually around this time that Andy's housemate, Elaine, would walk in.
Morning.
The two had known each other for years and had always been the best of friends. However, Andy found it virtually impossible to engage in early morning small talk before his double espresso.
Have you seen...
Shut up.
I was thinking about...
After the necessary level of caffeine reaches his bloodstream, Andy becomes less hostile and more responsive to Elaine's cordial attempt at conversation.
So, you excited for tonight?
What's tonight?
Don't you have your date this evening?
Oh, no, I don't think so.
He did.
I'm pretty sure you told me last week it was today.
What day did I say it was?
Thursday.
Right, and what day is it today?
Thursday.
It's Thursday already? Okay, wow. No, yeah. Wednesday feels like it was yesterday. I guess you're right.
This poor girl.
No, I'm pretty sure she's loaded.
Despite their long-standing friendship, Elaine was secretly growing tired of Andy's antics. He was unemployed, undateable, and for reasons unknown to her, unable to take the bins out.
Look, I think you should really put in some effort with this one.
Because of the money thing, yeah?
Because you need a girlfriend.
Initially, this remark surprised Andy. For a while now, he'd been content in his singleness, but had recently felt more lonely. After a moment of contemplation, Andy arrived at the conclusion.
Yeah, maybe you're right.
Taken aback by even a tentative acknowledgement of her being correct, Elaine didn't dare push this further. Or did she?
Why don't you put on your nice suit, buy her some flowers maybe, go the extra step?
She held her breath. She felt like she'd blown it. She should have left it at the suit. Flowers seemed an impossible ask. And yet...
It's not a bad idea, that.
Elaine knew that this was significant. Andy, having a woman in his life, could be the first step towards him becoming an actual functioning member of society.
Do you also think you could take the bins out?
Oh, no. I did them last time.
But alas, he had not. In any case, Elaine conceded, content in the optimism of Andy potentially sorting his life out. Left to ponder how his evening might now play out, Andy began to reflect on his dating history. It had been several years since he had felt the touch of a woman.
Excuse me?
He exclaimed in anguish.
Yeah, that's not true.
Becoming defensive, Andy got up and began walking towards the narrator. Hang on, what?
But listen, I said that's not true.
You can hear me?
Of course I can hear you. You're my narrator. But I always thought... Well, you thought wrong. And, I don't appreciate your tone right now.
My tone?
No.
Well, I've always been told my voice is very easy on the ears.
Yeah, it's amazing. Yeah, it sounds like warm syrup would taste. But I don't like it, okay? Your tone, as in the things you're saying about me.
Well, I'm your narrator. I only say what I see.
Yeah, but I don't like it. Look, I don't think that this is working.
This isn't working. Sorry, what's not working?
I think I want to start seeing other narrators.
Are you breaking up with me?
Look, okay, it's not you, it's me. Or, what?
Well, of course it's you. I mean, God, look at the state of you.
Okay, no, I think it's best if you just leave now.
I'm sorry, Andy, I didn't mean that. Andy, please, you know I need this job, man.
No, I'm sorry.
Andy said as he shut the door. This was a new development. The narrator had lost his subject. Alone and dejected, the narrator began narrating about himself narrating about himself. This was truly his saddest narration. In an attempt to find work, the narrator began walking towards the local park in order to find a new subject. The dog walker walked past the narrator. The student listening to music walked past the narrator. The old lady with her groceries stopped and looked at the narrator's sign, before also walking past the narrator. In need of a more direct approach, the narrator began narrating the woman sitting on the bench. Christy always found this spot her favourite in which to draw. It was her happy place, a place where her creative freedom could run free. Ah, Christy, keep drawing.
Hey, what are you doing?
Sorry, I was just narrating.
Oh, so we can just go around narrating on anybody these days? This is my subject. Go get your own.
The narrator sighed.
Christy continued to sketch. She was good at sketching and she knew it. Trees, sun, clouds.
Day became night and the prospect of work became no clearer. As time flickered by, so too did the fleeting memories of the narrator's past. He thought back to all the good times he'd shared with Andy. There weren't many, Andy was a dick. But he was worth fighting for. And although he was feeling low, the narrator knew he mustn't give up. He would try and win Andy back. With a renewed sense of purpose, the narrator ran back towards Andy's house.
The narrator is running! He is running! Run, narrator, run! I am speed!
Standing at the bus stop, Andy messaged his date that he was 10 minutes away, despite knowing full well it would be more like 30. He would simply blame the bus for being late, even though it had been running fine all day.
Hey, narrator, what are you doing here? Come on, this is not cool. Just stop narrating me.
Andy, I'm sorry, it's just... I miss you.
Look, don't make this harder than it has to be.
I know, it's just... It's been so hard.
No, hey, don't cry.
Andy said, reassuringly.
Look, it's gonna be fine. You're gonna be okay.
Andy remarked, wrapping the narrator in his embrace.
Yeah. Look, yeah, you're gonna be...
His warm embrace.
Okay, no, don't make this weird.
I'm sorry.
Look, I never actually intended to go on this date. You know, I only told Elaine I would so she'd get off my back. Do you just want to go instead?
Wait, really?
Yeah, sure, why not? Her name's Cassandra. I'm sure she's lovely and beautiful, but you know, she was going to get stood up, so really this is the right thing to do.
The narrator had stopped crying.
Hey, and maybe she could be your next subject soulmate and you can leave me alone, yeah?
Okay, the narrator said, growing in confidence. Thanks, Andy. Now at the bar, the narrator watched as Cassandra walked in and waved her over. Hi, how are you?
Not so bad. Yourself?
Better now you're here. Can I buy you a drink?
I'll take a vodka rocks.
Ah, a woman after my own heart.
So, what brings you around these parts?
I'm a narrator. He explained as she looked back at him, evidently impressed. Can I tell you a joke?
Go on.
Knock knock.
Who's that?
Unreliable narrator.
Unreliable narrator who?
No, that's not what I said.
Oh, you're so funny.
After that evening, one thing led to another, and in the summer of the next year, I asked that woman to marry me.
What?
Oh shit, sorry, did I say that out loud?
Wait, wife, I've only just met you.
No, but there's going to be like a whole montage of us falling in love.
Montage? What the hell are you on about?
I'm sorry, I really can't explain it.
Oh, creep.
Alone once more, the narrator retreated into himself as the end credits began to roll.